On this channel, you're going to hear me talk a lot about supply preparedness and how you should stockpile supplies for you and your family in case of an emergency. But one thing that you should also consider is that your average person out there is not going to be a prepper, and there may come times when you need to help out people in your community, or you may run into people who are in need, looking to trade or barter for supplies that they're looking for. So in this video, I'm going to give you 10 items that you should consider stockpiling for these exact scenarios in case you need to either trade for things that you need or help out others that are in need during an emergency.
Number one is ammo. During the COVID pandemic, ammo literally sold out within days. Rounds of .223 ammo spiked in Colorado to $2 per round. Even if you could find it, it was super expensive. Even if you're not a gun owner, someone in your community may be in need of ammo in a long-term emergency situation when a need for security may be heightened. There's nothing wrong with having ammo on hand for your personal needs or for trading. I personally even stockpile calibers of ammunition that I don't need for any firearms that I own. Number two is vitamins. Proper vitamin balance is important in an SHTF scenario or emergency when fresh foods aren't readily available and stress causes increases in things like cortisol in the body. Lack of vitamin C, for example, can lead to scurvy, often encountered by early polar explorers who relied on things like seal blubber to survive. If the shit hits the fan and you need to go survive long term on things like freeze-dried food or MREs, you're going to need a vitamin supplement. Stockpile men's, women's, and also don't forget about children's vitamins. Number three is batteries. While it seems quite self-explanatory, proper quantities of batteries is often overlooked by anyone doing emergency preparedness. Batteries are affordable, easy to store, and will be needed by almost anyone if the grid goes down. Buy in smaller quantities for bartering purposes and to not reveal the extent of your bulk backup supplies. Number four is alcohol. In a long-term survival situation, booze is a great item for bartering. Some people simply need alcohol because they may have a dependency, and others will need a little buzz to help them cope with the situation. And to some extent, alcohol can be used as a supplement to first aid in certain situations. As with batteries, buy in small bottles that are easy to transport and are easily traded. Number five is lighters, matches, and candles. People often take for granted when the power goes out that things get real dark real fast. Lighters, matches, and candles are inexpensive, transportable, and invaluable. And most people overlook these items as a necessity when they are fixated on stuff like toilet paper and other items. Item number six, paperbacks, cards, and games. When all things digital go out the window or are no longer safe to use, and when an emergency situation turns into the New World Order, people will eventually look to some form of entertainment. Paperbacks, coloring books, decks of cards, and other related items are cheap and easy to trade. Not to mention that things like paperbacks can serve a dual purpose. For example, the pages can be torn out for kindling to start a fire, or I suppose for toilet paper if you're desperate enough. Item number seven is cash. It's a good prepper practice to keep cash on hand, always in smaller quantities. In a true SHTF scenario that changes the world, there is a good chance that banks will fail and money could become worthless. But in the initial time period before this happens, cash can be used to purchase things you might need. If nothing else, when your local grocery store or market or gas station has no working ATM or credit card machines, having cash can be a life changer. Item number eight, seeds. Suffice it to say that when food becomes scarce, seeds will be gold. Along with seed starter trays and potting soil, I stockpile seed vaults for my own use as well as for bartering. It's important to note here that brand diversification is important, as all seed providers are not created equal. Number nine is medications. In a long-term emergency, people can become sick or injured in ways they may not predict. When water treatment plants become compromised or can't operate due to power outages, people will be forced to consume dirty water. Expired or questionable food can also make people sick. Injuries abound will also have people looking for medications. Medications for pain relief, infections, parasites, diarrhea, lacerations, and everything else will be invaluable. Also, don't forget to stockpile children's medications. In addition, EpiPens are another great item to have on hand. My last category is what I call smalls. These are affordable, easy to store, but totally invaluable items that you should be stockpiling right now. For me, these include items such as tampons, hand sanitizer in small bottles so you can barter with them, toothpaste, bars of soap, manual toothbrushes, dental floss, and just about anything else that's small and affordable that you can stockpile that would be of use for someone.
All right, thanks for watching the video today. I hope this helped some of you realize that there are lots of small things you can keep on hand that can be used for bartering in an emergency situation. Oftentimes these items are small and affordable and often overlooked by people. I'll provide the listing here for you to review. And until I get a video out to you guys next time, everybody be safe out there. See ya.